Hello guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vera and I'm going to share my tips on dealing with two kids under 2 years based on my personal experience. So believe me, you don't want to miss these tips. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Also subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. You're welcome back and thanks for staying. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, it's very necessary to watch so that you will understand how we got here. And if you've watched it, you remember I said 2 months after giving birth I took in. Do not ask me how, because I don't even know. So one thing that we all agree is that once you give birth, everything changes. When you have more than one child, it's doubled, and when you have 2 kids under 2 years, it's tripled. Trust me, I can't tell you all you should expect because it will take all day. It's a tough journey, but with my tips on dealing with them, I'm hoping that it helps make things easier for you. And my number one tip is expect competition. Finding a way to balance your attention for both kids is very important. From day one, you will notice your toddler is jealous of the newborn and not happy that your attention is being divided, which is very normal. When I got home after my discharge, as soon as I entered the house with my daughter in my arms, my son hugged me. He was 11 months then. I sat down and said to him, "Oh, meet your baby sister." He didn't even understand that one. I think in his head, he thought mommy bought a new teddy bear for him. Because the way he stared at her and started climbing on my body, holding on to his sister to get to me. Like, I literally had to shield her. So I quickly gave the baby girl to my mother-in-law and carried him. He was happy to see me. After 3 days, we stayed in the hospital. I cuddled him and played with him, and then the baby started crying. I put him down to feed the baby. You need to see him shouting. The way he cried, I just knew there's fire on the mountain. He didn't even, I think he didn't understand why mommy chose the doll over him. Like, why this much attention? It took him more than 1 week to realize that, oh, this might be a living doll because she cries and looks like him. Still, the competition continued for like 3 or more weeks. At first, my mother-in-law will hold him so I can feed the baby girl, or she holds the baby girl while I carry him. But 3 days after I came back, my mother-in-law left. I was down because I didn't know how to cope with 2 of them alone. I didn't even know where to start from. The first week was the toughest because we were still figuring out how to accommodate and cope with each other. I just knew I had to step up. And with time, I found out a way to make everybody happy. My son likes his freedom. He likes playing and jumping around, jumping from one place to another. But as soon as he sees me cuddling the baby, especially feeding her, that's when he wants you to carry him. So what I do is either I distract him with the toys so I can concentrate on my girl, or I carry both of them at the same time. I hold the baby girl in my arm and then I place him on my laps facing down, and then I tap on his back. Sometimes I sing for them and everybody is happy. Then when I want to feed him and my girl wakes up crying for food, I put my son in the high chair or walker. Then I hold my girl in my left arm and feed him with my right hand. I even feed both of them like that. Did I tell you none of this is going to be easy? Seriously, it's not. But just try any of the methods, okay? Then my second tip is accepting as much help as you can get, because you're gonna need it. Just because I didn't get much of it doesn't mean I didn't need it. My mom couldn't come because of pandemic. My mother-in-law, who is the best, came, but she stayed 1 week because of her job. She came before I went to the hospital to deliver my baby girl. I would have preferred she come after delivery, but she had to come before because we needed someone to stay with my son, as kids were not allowed in the hospital because of COVID. And my son never met his grandmother since he started recognizing faces. He was a newborn the last time that she visited. So when I went to the hospital, he cried a lot and would not eat. I was restless throughout my stay, but we didn't have a choice. We needed the help. She left like 3 days after I came home. I was worried. Everybody was worried for me, my family, friends. In fact, God bless you all. I remember my girlfriend in New York. She was looking for a friend of hers in my state that can come help me, but none. In my state, we don't really have much of Nigerians, not like New York, Maryland, Texas. And the pandemic too didn't help matters. It was when it was the critical time. We were very careful with who comes in and out of the house. In short, no visitors were allowed. The only help that I get is my hubby. When he comes back from work, my toddler plays with him while I stay with my girl, even if it's for 30 minutes. It's everything. I'm always looking forward to hubby coming home so I can rest a little. So if you're fortunate to have friends and family around, make sure to ask and accept help. Okay? Then the third one will be, don't feel guilty or beat yourself up for having another baby immediately. This happened to me. I was driving myself crazy trying to leave the two babies at the same time. Like, I have the boy on my back and the girl on my arm because I was feeling guilty. I was like, it's my fault. I cut his baby moments short. I kept blaming myself. I'm feeling guilty whenever he cries. I was bent on doing everything to make sure that they never cried, especially my son. I wasn't thinking about me until I started having backaches, headache, or migraine, whatever you call it. So my tip is always remember that whether you have another child immediately or not, babies do cry. It's part of their daily routine. In fact, where I gave birth, the nurses will tell you when baby cries too much, put him in his crib, face up. Oh, don't forget, walk away and shut the door, that he will cry himself to sleep. Let me tell you, I couldn't do that. Guilt was much. So my tip is, do whatever that you have to do to make them happy, but don't drive yourself crazy. They will cry for sure, but will come around. I promise. It will keep getting better because you're gonna adjust and adapt without even knowing it. I'm telling you, my son now is already doing the big brother role. You will see him peck her on the hair or her forehead in a very soft, sweet and careful manner, unlike before. And my girl, she will laugh at anything he does. She will always reach out and touch him whenever he's close. And I'm just a proud mama watching and smiling. So remember, there are going to be more changes you will experience during their growth. Don't be hard on yourself. Figure out how to tackle each of them as it comes. Then the fourth one is, try to have some me time. My son literally is like my bodyguard that doesn't ask for a pay, just attention. Even when he's playing, he wants to look by the side and see me. When I'm cooking, he's close by. When I'm making up, he's there to help mommy scatter everything. Let me tell you how I make my videos. Let's say video that would take me 1 hour to make, including makeup, takes me up to 6 hours. Makeup alone takes like 3 or more hours. I apply one brow, attend to whoever needs attention, then I change position every 2 minutes because my son is always reaching out to scatter the whole thing. Then I get back to the other eye, pause, and then take care of them. Then when I manage to finish the makeup, I'll have to wait for them to sleep, which might never happen, and I wipe everything off and wait for another day. If you've watched my first videos, you will notice that, or you might notice that sometimes I start with the windows open and end with the windows closed. That's because I started in the morning and ended at night after they've gone to bed. Sometimes my girl sleeps and my son will wake and play. As soon as he sleeps and I decide to do whatever I set out to do, my daughter wakes up. When I manage to put her to sleep, my son wakes. That means no siesta for me and no finishing whatever that I've started doing, especially making a video or something, until I figured out a way which has worked 65 to 75% for me. Remember, nothing is guaranteed 100%. It might not work every day, but it works most of the days. So you can apply your makeup, do your hair, rest, cook, read, or even just do your thing. So what I do is, when we wake up in the morning, I just change them, brush, feed, do the morning routines. Then I allow my son to play as much as he wants. Don't forget, there's going to be too many climbing the window, sofa, table, and you're gonna keep shouting, no, stop, don't. While he's playing, I try to engage my daughter too. When I notice my son has played enough, I give him a bath and feed him. He's already ready to sleep, but he won't sleep on his own. No, I'll take him to his room, put him in his crib, leave the room and shut the door. The first 3 or more days that you will do that, you will notice that he will cry, but not for long. He's already tired. Then 5 minutes after, he will sleep off. Then after 3 days, he will not cry anymore. Just put him in his crib. He knows that it's time for siesta, so he will just sleep off. Then I do the same thing for my girl, feed and shower her. Even while I'm feeding her, she will just doze off. But if my girl sleeps before my boy, I'll wait for him to be distracted before I run to the room and put her in the crib. Like, I literally had to run, because 1 minute he noticed that I'm not there, he will run after me. And when he sees me, he will laugh out loud or cry or make a baby sound. My girl will just wake up, and it will all be story for another day. My God, it's funny sometimes. So when they sleep, you can do whatever that you want to do without any distraction. Then the 5th one will be, prepare yourself before every milestone. Know that you're going to encounter different changes as they grow. If I tell you how many times that I've asked questions about my kids on Google, before every month I read up about it and know what to expect. Sometimes I ask Google, when will my son stop climbing everything in the house? When will he stop putting things in his mouth? When will, kids start understanding no as no? Because my son, he will climb a table and I say no and put him down. The next 2 minutes, he's trying to climb again. Then I shout no. He will stop, look at me, and continue. Even when I'm still there, I'm just like, maybe he thinks no means stop and continue. So I always ask Google everything just to understand what's going on. What year he will get over it and what to expect next. It will help you in dealing with whatever milestone he's at. Then the 6th one will be, plan your daily schedule. Do the much that you can do and leave the rest for another day. Before now, I used to work, overwork myself, cook, clean, take care of them. I love to cook and bake. When I'm doing that, I back my son and rock my girl on the rocking chair. Some days I stand from morning to night. My family and friends will be like, slow down, don't stress yourself too much. But I wanted everything done today and perfect until my body couldn't take it. I had to pause and, press reset. Now I just take a project a day. If it's cooking, that's it for the day. Next day we'll be cleaning, maybe the kitchen or something. I haven't baked in a long time self. I chose my health and kids before anything else. Work no dey finish. There's always tomorrow, so try to get as much rest as you can, because most times you won't sleep at night as much as you need to. There's going to be so many sleepless nights, so grab every opportunity that you have and sleep. Okay. Then the 7th one is, enjoy every step of the process and be happy. You're going to encounter different changes in every of your kids' milestone. Some funny, some annoying, some surprising, some loving and memorable. Try to enjoy every moment as it comes. It's part of the learning process and growth. It's the joy of being a mom. Motherhood is much work, but it's worth it. And I pray that we all reap the fruit of our labor, that there will be blessings unto us. Amen. So in my next video on motherhood, I will share how to lose baby weight. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Check my other videos in my channel. I will leave the link in my description box. Please subscribe, like and share this video. Stay strong, y'all. Be happy. Show kindness wherever you are, and I'll see you guys soon.